Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday. Today is February 10th, 2024, and we are here again to enjoy another Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and I hope you had a wonderful Monday. I know a lot of people don't like Monday, but I love Mondays. Guess what? It is the start of the work week for most people. And it is another day when I can say, yes, Friday will come soon. So today we are joining again with one of my guests, my special guest, Andrew Frankson, and he'll be sharing with us his invention. He tweaked it, his niche, and it's, if you can remember, it's manipulative therapy. Not therapy, but manipulation of the fibers. It's manipulative. He will tell you more about it. Anyways, I am so excited that he has someone here to share with us. Last week I give a little bit of theory as to how you do that. And I was concentrating on the hands. The hands are so very important for everything. And now here is the expert. I was doing it by theory last week, but the expert is here to share. He has his know-how in this. I don't, all I know is taxes and coaching and so much other things, but this is his expertise. So here we have Andrew, and he'll be sharing with us his invention, how we manipulate the fibers of our body to relax. Andrew, welcome. It's good to have you again.
It's nice to be here again, Miss Monday.
You were looking like a statue earlier because I was calling out to you. and,
I was
and
hoping
I guess when you're so relaxed, we don't know.
it's muscle fiber methodology, and it's all about clinical muscle fiber manipulation.
Okay, let me say it right. It's muscle fiber manipulation. You see, my craft, I know it. Somebody else's craft, I need to be corrected. So thank you so much. It's muscle fiber methodology and the muscle fiber manipulation. Thank you, Andrew, for that correction. And today he'll be sharing much more with us on the practical side. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we use our hands a lot. We hold things, grab things, carry things. So we are constantly shortening the muscles in our forearm muscles, in the forearm, that is. So every time we grab something, the muscles of the forearm here, the flexors that do flexion of the hand for us to hold something. Your mouse, your pen, your steering wheel, These are the muscles that do the actions. Now, when these muscles become too tight, they can cause problems in the wrist, at the elbow, and even going up to the shoulder. Now, one of the main problems that a lot of people are diagnosed with is carpal tunnel syndrome, just to name one of them. Now, carpal tunnel syndrome is an indication of pain in the wrist here, causing numbness and tingling. Might not be able to hold things, they drop out of your hands. So it's the compression of the medial nerve. Now, the medial nerve, why it's compressed so easily, it's one of the shallowest nerves within the entire body. So it goes shallow the space right here, constant of grabbing of stuff, tend to close that area.
Now hold on one sec. That's the hole right in the middle here.
There's the space right here is where the nerve travels.
Okay,
Okay? And it will get compressed right inside here. So I'll be
got it.
showing everything on layman term and not get too technical. Okay, so when the muscles tighten because of constantly grabbing, the space gets small, compresses the median nerve. And we might be diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome. A lot of us self-diagnose. And the problem with that is that although we might be getting numbness and tingling here, it doesn't mean that it's carpal tunnel syndrome. That same median nerve can be compressed right here on the muscle called pronator teres. And when the nerve is compressed here, it's called, the diagnosis can be pronator teres syndrome. When the median nerve is compressed here, it refers the same numbness and tingling and pain in the wrist. So it's always good to go and get a diagnosis from a doctor and not too much WebMD, okay?
Okay, one question again. So I always hear about corporal tunnel, but I've never heard about the what's the one the
Pronator teres syndrome.
pronator teres
Pronator
syndrome.
teres, that's the name of the muscle. And once there's compression there, it's a syndrome. So it's pronator teres syndrome. Now the nerve can be compressed here. Now, as massage therapists or clinical massage therapists like myself, we look at the body or should look at the body on a whole. Now, any nerve compression in the forearm can be triggered from a number of places. Now, I have an assistant with me today. She does have carpal tunnel syndrome. I'm going to ask her to slide over, and we're going to take you through the how things can work. So, if you develop numbness and tingling in your forearm or any place below the elbow, it can be a compression of the nerve, the brachial plexus, that comes through the cervical spine. Now, when it comes to here, depending on how you use your body, if let's say you are right-handed and you have elevated right shoulder, overused right side, you might have the muscles on the right side pulling the vertebrae to that side, creating compression of the nerve on the right side and bulging on the other side.
So that's what you call bulging discs.
Bulging is, yes, where the bone is shifted to one side and then it pushes the liquid between both bones to one side, creating a bulge in the disc.
Oh,
So that is where the bulging disc come from. So normally, if you're going to have any compression in the neck, the possibility exists that you will have bulging disc.
hmm.
Now, coming out of the cervical spine, that same nerve, the brachial plexus, travels under at the front of the neck here under some muscles called the scalenes. Now, when the scalenes are tight because of an elevated shoulder, forward head posture, rounded shoulder, it will compress the nerve in the scalenes here also, causing numbness and tingling down the arm.
Okay. So it doesn't have to start from here. It can actually start from up there.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So also, it can also be compressed by your collarbone.
Hmm.
So when your pec muscles are tight, it pulls the collarbone closer to the rib, causing compression of the nerve that travels under the collarbone and above the rib. And that can cause numbness and tingling down the arm also.
So everything is connected.
Everything is connected.
Ooh, so you cannot treat one part unless you figure out what's going on in the other part.
Exactly.
Ah.
So this is where we as therapists, we have to assess our clients effectively so that we can create a treatment plan accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Another place for compression is the same nerve runs on the pec minor. Pec minor is below the big massive chest muscles. That's pec major. On the pec major is pec minor, and that same nerve travels on the pec minor between the muscle and the rib. So if your pecs are tight, you have a forward head posture and around the shoulder, you can cause compression in that area, causing numbness and tingling down the arm.
Wow.
So we as therapists have to look at everything overall in a clinical way to determine what kind of treatment the client needs at that particular time. So, but today we're going to focus on from the elbow down because my client here was diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome. But I'm going to also be working pronatators just in case the nerve is being compressed in this area also.
Mm-hmm.
So still trying to look at the body as a whole. If, whenever I'm in my office or I'm at a client's house and they tell me their diagnosis, I will not just work here. I work everything from the head all the way down to the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So how I work, muscle fiber methodology is targeting the muscle fibers according to its actions.
Okay.
So all the muscles at the front here are flexors. They make a fist. They grab things, hold things. These are the flexors of the forearm.
That's up that on the front.
Yes, that's at the front here. At the back here are the extensors. We're still going to work the entire arm, but the main focus is going to be at the front here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So with my type of work and how I work, I'm going to manipulate the muscles in different actions for the
Okay.
muscle to relax much quicker. And when you manipulate the muscle like that, I never have to work deep. I don't believe in pain, as I said the last time, and that is how we're going to work it. So I'm going to have her make a small fist. I'm going to manipulate the muscles. So with that light fist, it's going to shorten these muscles. So I'm going to manipulate the muscles while they're short. Then I'm going to have her relax the palm, which I call neutral, and manipulate the muscles again. Then I'm going to take the muscles into extension, the hand into extension, which stretches all the flexors, and manipulate the muscles again, finishing back in neutral.
Mm.
So it seems like a lot of work, but you have to be detailed if you want to assist your client in
Right.
getting out of pain quickly. So I'm going to apply some oil to the area. And this is my client from Yard to travel all the way to Poughkeepsie for me to work on it. Come and
You
spend
see, when you know your craft, people will follow you. The scripture, and I'll go find it. It says, your gift will make room for you and will bring you before great people. So she follow you. She come way up Poughkeepsie from
Way
yard,
up Poughkeepsie,
from
straight from here.
Jamaica. Come find you,
Yo,
and I'm gonna find the scripture to bring
way
it
up
in
at St. Mary
context.
too,
Huh?
St. Mary too.
Saint Mary. You hear that viewers? We are Saint Mary, Jamaica. So he's manipulating it. So right now you're manipulating the.
So I'm going to start. I've applied oil so I can glide easy.
Okay.
I'm going to make a small fist. And I'm going to manipulate the muscles. So the muscles run from attaching on the medial epicondyle down to the wrist, into the hand.
So what is this
Then,
medium epicondyle? You're talking about the middle of the.
nope, the funny bone, when you hit it up, you feel all kind of electricity.
Yes.
Yes, that bone on the inside here,
Uh-huh.
that's the medial epicondyle.
Okay, the funny bone,
The
medium
funny bone,
epicondyle.
right.
Okay.
So all of these muscles are attached inside there. And the outside here, the bone on the outside here is the lateral epicondyle. So when muscles are tight in these areas, you can also develop golfer's elbow and tennis elbow.
Hmm.
Mm.
Golfer's elbow.
And you don't have to play the game.
So that means your elbow is stuck in the golfing position.
Yeah, so depending on how you use your hand, the muscles on, when they grip, the muscles on the outside will tighten up when they make that
Oh.
grip. And the opposite side, tennis elbow, when you grip, the way they grip the racket with that force, it sends force into the attachment, causing pain there if the muscles inside here is too short. So this is considered the muscle belly. These are the attachments right here and the attachments down here into the hand. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to work the muscles from attachment to relax the muscles. And that's how I work the muscles in the entire body, working from attachment to attachment. Okay, so I made her fist, and what I'm going to do is use the tip of my fingers and manipulate the muscle because of the position that I'm in.
So you're maneuvering those muscles.
Yes, I'm going to spread the muscle fibers.
Okay.
So when muscles are tight, they are bundled up like this.
Oh.
So what we want to do is spread the muscle fibers to be like this.
Uh-huh.
So when we say manipulate muscle fibers, we want to open up the fibers so the muscles can be long and loose. Once
Mm.
they are bundled up like this, they feel like rope. When you hear about ropey bands, just that's how
Yes.
the muscles feel when the fibers are all stuck together. So we want to spread the muscle fibers so that they open up and lengthen and take the pressure off any um, nerve that might be traveling down the hand or
Mm.
any blood vessel, anything like that. Okay?
All right.
So when I work, a lot of therapists are trained to use the tip of their thumb to work. What that normally causes is that whenever you work with your thumb too much, it is much pressure. It puts pressure on the joint here, where we call it saddle joint. And there's pain right in this box, this space here called a snuff box.
Mm-hmm.
And that is diagnosed as De Quervain syndrome, when there's pain at the base of your thumb.
The Quervain
Yes, De
syndrome.
Quervain syndrome, yes. Okay. So I don't use the tip of my thumb for one reason. So what I do is use the joint between the distal and proximal phalange and put all my pressure right here.
That's between the two joints.
Yes,
Between the
so this
joints.
joint here, so it's between the head of the finger and the second bone, so that joint right here.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm not using that, I'm using the tip of my fingers to
Mm-hmm.
go over the muscle fiber.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the action you're going to be seeing now with me using the tip of my finger going over the muscle and spreading the fibers in one direction and then go in the opposite direction to make sure that I get all the fibers that I missed going in one direction. Then I'm going to go up the muscle and down the muscle to lengthen it.
Very interesting.
Okay? So there's a number of muscles that run across here. We're going to work all of them together, including pronator teres that compresses the median nerve, sending numbness and tingling in the hand and pain in the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm working from medial to lateral, going down to the wrist. So I'm just going to go over the entire muscle, move down about a quarter inch. I'm working from attachment to attachment. Hold the pressure. So the pressure is deep enough where I can feel the fibers and the fiber is skipping out of my finger and I am not applying any unnecessary pressure.
And the fibers are separating as
And
you go along.
fibers are skipping out of my fingers separating. Once
Mm.
I get down to the wrist, then I move back up the arm, ending where I started. From medial to lateral, medial to lateral, medial to lateral, medial to lateral. I could have started in the other direction too. Now I'm going in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to use this joint of my thumb, going from lateral to medial. It's more comfortable using my thumb here. So I just change my tool,
Mm-hmm.
going over the full medial aspect of the forearm, working from attachment to attachment, coming all the way down to the wrist, and working my way back up to where I started at the elbow, at the lateral epicondyle. So all of the pressure is on my thumb, the hand, the rest of it is just going for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once I get back here, now I'm going to stretch the muscle from the wrist up to the elbow. And I do it about 3 times. You can start in the other direction too, from
Mm-hmm.
elbow down to wrist.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna work the back section now.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. I'm gonna start, I can start with my thumb, but I'm gonna start with my finger, working in, coming out. And then I switch tool because I try not to bend my wrist. Because bending the wrist too much can also trigger compression of the nerve at the wrist.
And you need your tool to work.
Exactly.
Amen.
So now I'm going the
Beautiful.
opposite direction.
Uh-huh.
Going back up to where I started.
And I know she's feeling better, much better already.
Exactly. And then
Oh.
I stretch. And I go back in the opposite direction. Okay,
Mm.
that's the first position. And I'm going to have a relaxed arm. Now the muscles are relaxed, slight stretch. And I do the same thing all over again.
So you do that while she's making a fist, and then you relax her hand,
Right.
and then you do the same thing.
And then, yep, same thing. And then after that, I'm going to stretch the flexors and shorten the extensors. That's the muscles at the back.
Mm-hmm.
We go in the opposite direction. All the pressure is on the joint there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use my thumb, so I don't have any issues with my thumb. A lot of massage therapists end up working with their elbows and forearm because of pain in their thumb.
because they, as you said, they concentrate on on the tip of
the
the
tip of the
thumb
scalp.
and messes up the.
Yeah, we were trained how to do that in massage school,
Okay.
and that is where the problem came in because a lot of massage therapists will be have damaged thumb before they even leave school.
Hmm.
So they end up using a lot of forearms and elbows, which I don't use none of those.
Viewers, thank you so much for watching. What Andrew is sharing with us is how he uses the the
Muscle, muscle fiber
muscle
manipulation.
fiber manipulation in relieving the pressure and the stress of carpal tunnel from his one of his clients, and she's traveling all the way from Jamaica to get to Poughkeepsie to be with him in order to get all of that done. And I alluded to your gift will make room for you and will bring you before great people. And it is found in Proverbs 18, Proverbs 18, verse 16. So this precious lady came all the way from Jamaica to find this gentleman with this muscle fiber manipulation to help her relieve her out of her stress. So what you're seeing is a real situation, have getting real massage, real muscle fiber manipulation as he relaxes the muscles of the hand and arm. So, muscle fiber manipulation is happening right here. And Andrew will share with you how you can get more of him. He's also having workshops that you can get trained in this and also help you to deal with your body better, making sure that you are balanced instead of compensate on one side it's unbalanced. And so he wants to make sure that while we are preparing or doing taxes, while we are sitting with our accountants, while we are making sure that we maximize all our deductions, we are our body is healthy, so we can, for those who are getting a refund, we can enjoy some of the money we're getting back, or we can invest some of it and also pay attention to getting one of those sessions or a few of those sessions of muscle fiber manipulation, not only for our hands but our entire body. He's sharing the hand because it's it's something that you can share on an open screen. So I hope you will get something out of this and that you can connect with Andrew so he can share much more. Thank you for joining Nancy Jedu, uh, Jessica Logan Knight, and all of you who are joining and those who will be watching the replay. This is a wonderful session that you are seeing how this muscle fiber manipulation works. The first week Andrew spoke mainly on theory, and last week I did something an other theory session just showing how helpful muscle fiber manipulation is when it is done to you to recalibrate your body, bring your body back to balance so you can operate in abundance, so you can operate in your fullness, so you can enjoy life while you are investing, while you are making strides, while you are playing game, any way that you enjoy life. This is one way that your body can be restored to balance.
Okay, so I've just finished when you were talking, I manipulated the muscles while they were unstretched. So I took the hand back, manipulated the fiber, took it back to neutral, and worked it again. And right now, the muscles, most of them are feeling like a baby's butt, but feeling is good. But the funniest thing, I tell all my clients that when I'm done, if the muscles are not shaking like a baby's butt, I did not do a good job.
Good.
So no matter how tight the muscles are, before the session is done, you should feel the relief. The muscles should be shaking
Mm-hmm.
in a relaxed way before I'm finished working on the body. Now there are machines out there that they use to that these are the machines that do rapid compression.
Mm-hmm.
They work to relax somewhat, but if the muscle fibers are not spread and open, the muscles will still be tight.
Okay, so you need to do that part first, and then you use the machine to
You can use the machine to relieve, but it doesn't fix the problem.
Okay.
Okay. You can use the machine to start just to help the body to loosen up somewhat if you're not able to, or if you don't know how to manipulate the muscles effectively. And
Mm-hmm.
after the machine, then apply your hand to manipulate the fibers. But the machines alone don't work. A lot of people buy them, which is good for the temporary relief. But to correct an imbalance, you have to target the muscle fibers.
Okay. So there's a machine that I have, a big machine. It has two balls, so that wouldn't help that
That
much.
is that is rapid compression also.
Okay.
All those are built with rapid compression. They pump fast, they hit the muscle fast and vibrate, and it will help it to relax at that moment. But to actually get the full relaxation of the muscle, you want to target the muscle fibers.
Most times when I use it, it just tickle me and I laugh.
Would you know when it tickles is because the muscles are too tight?
Ah.
Whenever you're being worked on and it tickles, or you use the machine and it tickles, it's because the muscles are very tight.
Ah, I see.
So when you stop using it, I understand because a lot of my clients, when they're very tight and I start working on them, they will start laughing. But after you passively stretch the muscles, elongate the muscles, and start spreading the fibers, all that goes away.
Okay.
So that can go away in less than 5 minutes. You can get rid of the tickle feeling. So once there's tickle when you use the machine, um, put it on a slower
Speed.
speed, and
Mm-hmm.
it will change that.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
just slow it down.
Okay. So I'll try that.
Yes, there's also another machine, shockwave machine, which I also use, and that one goes much deeper down to a cellular level. So I do that to depending on what the person's diagnosis is, and if that person doesn't like getting out of their clothes, then I use that machine to same way I manipulate the fibers with my hands, same way I use that machine to manipulate the fibers. I don't
Okay.
hold it on it. I actually massage the muscle with it.
Okay. All right. Mommy, it look like your hand is feeling much better.
A new hand.
Ah,
Very young. I'm feeling great.
oh my goodness. The proof is
Now I
in
can
the
play with my
pudding.
grandchild.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, feels great.
I've heard that the first week Andrew came on, some of his clients were actually on, and they're begging for him to come back to Jamaica or come back to where the different states that they're living in. So you're now one of them that we're seeing up front and close. He really does a good job.
Indeed.
So when it comes to muscle fiber methodology, there's two major aspects. The passive stretching part of things, where I use passive stretching to prepare the body to be manipulated. So passive stretching can be a standalone, where I can go into any company, whatever, and just do passive stretching, 15 minutes, half an hour, and I use passive stretching to also correct muscle imbalances.
Passive stretching, you mean stretch your hand up,
So
sideways.
there's two type of stretching.
Mm-hmm.
You have active stretches where you do the stretch on your own,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's passive stretching where someone or something does the stretch for you.
Oh.
No, but there's a lot of people who do like PNF stretch, resistive stretch. Those blur the line between passive and active. So once you have the client assisting in the stretch, it's not a passive stretch.
So that's passive active, or that's active.
That's an
Active.
active stretch.
Mm.
Now with passive stretching, that what I do when it comes to the stretches, there are two things that govern the stretches: the muscle spindle and end field. So the muscle
That sounds
spindle
like a
is that
car, something to do with a car.
so
Muscle
the
spindle.
so the muscle spindle is a sensory organ within the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stretch a muscle too far and you start to get the burn, it means that you have gone too far.
Mm.
Once you stretch a muscle too far, the muscle spindle sends message to the brain that the muscle is being stretched too far, and the brain sends back message to the muscle to tell it to contract. So when you get a burn when you're stretching, the muscle is actually contracting.
But question, I thought when the body, when you're building muscles and stuff, they said that it must burn, you know.
Well, you see, that is what we were taught back in the days, and a lot of people still practice that. But with leaders in the field, they have realized that that is incorrect, because when you stretch a muscle too much, it contracts. When you shorten a muscle too much, it relaxes. So when somebody says that all of a sudden they got weak, it's not that they're weak, that the brain is protecting the body and it
Hmm.
tells that muscle to stop contracting.
Oh.
So you can't just get up one day and pick up something and drop out of your hand and all of a sudden you get weak. There's no such thing. The body likes to protect itself.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to listen to our body. So this is where end feel comes in. When you take something up to a particular level and you feel your body stop you there, that's your end feel. So if you lift your arm up and you start getting a resistance, that's your end feel. Once you pass that, then you're going to be shortening muscles and recruiting other muscles unnecessarily to create an action.
Oh. So this thing about no pain, if
No pain, no gain.
no gain.
You're actually damaging your body.
Oh.
Less is more, less weight, more reps.
Less weight, more reps.
Yes, that is much better. I think if you're going to lift a lot of weight, it's more to test your strength. But if you lift a lot of weights and you start to get that burn, means that you're damaging your muscles.
Mm.
And once the muscles get short, they need to be elongated.
Okay.
So this is where passive stretches come in, and the um the person who's doing the passive stretching is going to be working with your end field. Because if I take your leg at the ankle to stretch the muscles in your hip, all I have to do is gently lean back, and I might not even have to move, and your body will stop me where your end field is.
Mm.
Once I pass that end field, your body's going to contract. So when somebody's stretching your hamstrings and you're lying on the table and they push your leg all the way up to get that burn, they're actually passing end
And
field
feel.
and they're not actually helping the hamstrings.
Mm.
So that's why a lot of runners, although they're being stretched, these hamstrings stretched, they still end up with hamstring problems because we are pushing past the end field, creating a contraction instead of lengthening the muscle.
See how important it is to understand our body to know. So, as you said, the right place to be is stay within the end field. Am I right?
Yes, just stop where your body stops you.
Stop where your body stops you.
Yep. And it's a very subtle feeling. Once you get there, it's going to stop you. Once you push past that end field, then you're going into danger zone.
Lily Lane says, hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Hi, Lily Lane. I hope you're learning something from this. This is an interesting methodology, muscle fiber manipulation. It brings your body back to balance that you can be all what you were created to be. Not only making money, but you are brought back to balance so you can spend the money, you can invest the money, and you can enjoy life simple. Mom, what's your name again?
Oh, my
Mm,
name? Oh,
yes.
I'm Patricia Husey.
Patricia
H-U-C, right.
Husey
Yes.
came all the way from St. Mary, Jamaica to be here with Andrew just to share with us how valuable his services are. And she just said that she feels like she have a new hand. If
Exactly.
it was not effective, she would not pay plane fare to come to US of A and then drive all the way from JFK to Poughkeepsie to meet with Andrew.
Exactly. I know the value.
Oh my goodness gracious me. I definitely want to be at the one of those workshops. And viewers, if you're viewing the replay, this is something that is very valuable to us that we can bring our body back to balance. Now, Andrew, how can they get more of you?
Well, I can be contacted at my telephone number is 347-628-5407. And it's always best to text me first. My other business number is 845-391-9501. I'm on WhatsApp, regular text. I travel all over to work. I drive to my clients. I don't really keep a space, which can be costly. So I travel to my clients and work with them according to their diagnosis or what is going on in their bodies.
So you go in the comfort of their home so they are even more relaxed,
Definitely.
being cared for, having muscle fiber manipulation at their disposal. And if you didn't have a pen, the number would be in the YouTube page that you sign in on. Just go right there. You'll see his information there and other information that you did not receive if you're watching on the replay. So we have a lot of things going on at different times, and Andrew will be sharing with us some other things. Today was the hand, and show you how the corporal tunnel can be relieved. And Patricia, his very good client is now she's now sitting more even more relaxed because
Yeah,
her problem, her
that's
issue.
true.
Talk for yourself. Tell me something. Yes,
I'm feeling good.
you're feeling good.
Very good, very good. Relaxed. No pain.
Ooh.
I guess I can thump Andrew now. Yes, I'm really feeling good.
She now has
And
her
can
hand.
recommend this treatment. It is
Mm.
valuable, it is good, it works.
The proof is in the pudding. You can't get it any better. Someone who has gotten a taste of Andrew's services, Andrew's expertise, is sharing with you. Andrew, I thank you so much. And Andrew, this is Andrew's expertise. Now, Andrew would come to an enroll agent like myself or another enroll agent or a CPA to take care of his tax needs. His his client also need a tax accountant or an enroll agent to take care of their tax needs. So we are all unique. We're all operating in an era of gifting, and Andrew is proficient. Andrew told you that he was in accounting, but this is his niche. You can see that he's in all his glory when he's taking care of his clients. And his client is so happy because now she can even use the same hand to punch Andrew because she now has strength in her hands. I thank you so much for being here. And Andrew, would you want to share some more of yourself, your service, what you do?
For more information on me, you could visit my website, musclefibermethodology.com. One word, musclefibermethodology.com. Give you a detail of everything that I do, what I'm doing. I will be hosting in the near future science workshops, certificate workshops online. I'm working on that now. And I'll be advertising some workshops also very soon on the website also and on the various mediums, Facebook, Instagram. I can be followed on Instagram on the Stretch MFM and on Facebook under my name Andrew Frankson, and I'm also on LinkedIn under Andrew Frankson also.
So you see any part of the social media that you connect with, because some people connect on LinkedIn, some people connect on Facebook, some people connect Instagram. So whichever one, he's there. And very soon he will be with me on my website sharing this information with caring for caregivers because we never, most times, don't take care of ourselves. And he will be
Right.
sharing with us as caregivers how to return to balance. Balance, the balancing act is very key to our survival. Not only survival, but living in abundance. Amen, Andrew.
Yep, amen to you, my friend.
So today is another wonderful time. And viewers, thank you so much for viewing. And those who will be viewing the replay, we look forward to your comments. Nancy said this is interesting. Yes, it is. And not only interesting, but it also helps to bring back your body in balance. And this is what we have on earth to do what we need to do so that we, at the end of it all, when we do everything that God has sent us to do, when it's time for us to transition to the next life, He will say, "Well done." But this is one tool we can use to stay in balance, that we can perform at our optimal, to just be abundant as we were created. Once again, thank you for joining us on this Mindset Monday. Theda said, when will that webinar regarding caregivers be? It will be announced soon, very soon. Um, so I will connect with you, because Andrew is a very busy man, so I will coordinate it with his availability. So you will hear very soon when that will be. So thanks again for joining. Now the website is right up there. It's musclefibermethodology.com. And you will also see this on the YouTube channel, so you can't miss it. Thank you so much for joining us. Andrew, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your client with
Thank
us.
you, Andrew. Now I can use my hand to give him a shake.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
When I came in, I
Andrew,
couldn't do
make
this.
sure,
When
make
I
sure.
came in here, I couldn't do this.
Oh my goodness. That's a good pitch. Thank you so much for sharing, Andrew, and thank you so much for being here. So we can, if someone did not believe, now they have the proof as to what Andrew does and how it is effective. Once again, thank you for joining us on Mindset Monday as we explore abundance 2025. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification all, so you won't miss anything. Until next week, we'll see you for another episode of Mindset Monday.
Yeah, I feel good.
So once you work with that, you can still all the muscles.
That's it.
So I'm gonna post it
Mindset
online,
Monday.
so then go watch it.